journalist and commentator Nabila Ramdani joins us from London. Nabila, great to see you and have you on the programme. Why would Charlie Hebdo republish cartoons that were so controversial?
Well, dare I say, I think it may well be that Charlie Hebdo is seeking publicity, and this is clearly a very good way of achieving it. I certainly cannot think of any other sensible, let alone responsible reason why they should reproduce cartoons that aren't even theirs. The whole point of satire is that it's meant to be original and clever, and not just vicious, and indeed spread hate. I think the reaction in France to the republication of those cartoons, which were initially published in a Danish newspaper, remember, depends on how the argument is presented. And I looked at this entire issue quite forensically, but a lot of people won't. There will be those who dislike Islam and who would applaud Charlie Hebdo, while others would be more sensible. But the worst part of it all is that some people still present support of Charlie Hebdo cartoons as a chance to stand up to murderous terrorism. And this is, to me, a despicable deceit, and what that decent people should reject. I certainly won't hope that it would lead to an uprising per se, but I certainly can tell you that there are already plenty of people who are very upset about it. And we would hope that after 5 years, people might be able to put expressions of extremist hate behind them. But Charlie Hebdo has, for whatever reason, decided to continue making a point that nobody really understands.
And Nabila, you say that a lot of people are already very angry. How concerned are you that the reprinting of these cartoons could be seen as a provocation?
Well, let us not forget that those venomous drawings were not even Charlie Hebdo's in the first place. They were expressions of hate against Islam that first appeared in Denmark. They include depiction of the Prophet Muhammad with a bomb. They are not witty, they are not satirical. They are purely aimed at spreading hate against the entire Muslim community. France has a wide range of anti-hate legislation available to courts. And my view throughout this saga, this horrendous saga, is that the whole thing could have been stopped if simple laws had been applied. It is perfectly reasonable to be opposed to hate cartoons while also opposing violence of any sort, indeed including condemning the disgusting crimes of 2015.
And should President Macron, because he gave a reaction to the republication of the cartoons, should he have stopped them?
Well, I think this is not Macron's position, of course. He would be accused of government censorship. This is not how it's done. Only a legal complaint can trigger hate laws. And there's a strict separation of powers in France, meaning that the executive cannot be involved or interfere with judicial matters. But as you said, President Macron has given a reaction to all this. He's a consummate politician and indeed a diplomat. He very noticeably maintained a very low-key approach to this. He said a few words during his visit to Lebanon. Yesterday, he reacted like any human being would. He expressed absolute compassion for all the victims of this terrible crime. But he was not prepared, however, to take a strong political stance along the Je suis Charlie slogan, as some politicians have been prepared to do.
Nabila, thank you so much for your analysis. We really appreciate it. Nabila Ramdani, French journalist and commentator, speaking to us from London. Thank you.